be cut up, jacking the food, smoking the blunts, watch my back, about to make me nut up. But when I do, I got 2 9 fucking millimeters. My cracker killers and my fucking bitch beaters. 17 hot ones, hollow tip in each clip. And the shit get thick, deep, got the fucking pistol grip. Ready to bang, that is fucking nuts. Hey, I know 2 Nino Balls, now watch these hoes sing.
Deuce
Bust the
9,
nigga that quick
nigga.
coppers to see 6 feet deep
Deuce
from a
9,
motherfucking
nigga.
Deuce 9 creep. And if you call this a sin, give me a shipment to the pen. Deuce not my only friend. And if you take it, I'ma die with these triggers. Cause I'm that Deuce 9
I'm also one of the fucking
nigga.
Deuce 9 niggas. I'm back a double got a village Deuce murderers. They putting niggas on their back. I'm motherfucking Deuce 9 niggas. I'm back a double got a village Deuce murderers. They putting niggas on their back. I'm motherfucking Deuce 9 niggas. I'm back a double got a village Deuce murderers. They putting niggas on their back. I'm motherfucking Deuce 9 niggas. I'm back a double got a village Deuce murderers. They putting niggas on their back. I'm motherfucking Deuce 9 niggas. I'm back a double got a village Deuce murderers. They putting niggas on their back. I'm motherfucking menace with the look of a serial killer, more dangerous than Jason. But I'm that Deuce 9 nigga. And nigga be staring to murder me, nigga. Yo, you haven't heard of me. I've been cycles up with fucking creatures to rock your click. Whole world, G. Let her go hollows, let her go hoes, let her go mad hoes. 40 cycles, now your click. I thought it go taking souls for building nuts, but the nuts wasn't big enough. Bitch, teeny as fuck. So your bitch just had to get stuck and stuck up in the ditch. Better yet, the fucking in the coast. Left that ass floating like a boat in the Pacific Ocean. Cause that's the consequences when you're fucking with Deuce. Tired of seeing your homies falling, nigga. You best to call a truce and wave that white flag in surrender. Cause my 9 forbidden you having your friends singing. I remember you crossed the line, so nigga I had to get you them bullshit with your coat off. The village Deuce militia next soldiers don't strap, ready to snap ya. 34 times 10 equals how many bullets coming at you, nigga. Guaranteed to put you to a permanent rest for putting these ball ass niggas, these village Deuce niggas to the test. Oh bitch ass nigga, what made you fucking think and figure that you can fucking fake, motherfucker? These Deuce
Another Deuce 9 nigga coming rough, rugged, and raw, laying back with these maniacs, see, impatiently waiting to break another motherfucking law. Boom, 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 and out of that village you might hear my song of another dope ass hit coming straight from this mafia steady clocking, yo, always popping, yo, so stop jocking in them. Run back, cause Deuce 9 niggas won't miss, and if you run out of album, man, paint your face in that brick bitch.
What it do, what it do? It's your boy Juiceland TV, and I'm back with another video. Get with it to get lost. Hop on board before the plane take off. And I'm out. Juiceland TV, baby. Yeah, man, what's up, man? That's that Deuce 9 shit, bro. Let me introduce myself, man. You know, this Ronaldo, you know, they know, call me Juiceland TV or whatever, you know. And my story, man, where it start off, bro, start way back, you know what I'm saying? Leave it town ages, man. You know, when a nigga was a little kid doing all kind of shit, you hear me? I wasn't really that bad, you know, coming up. You know, like, well, when I was young. Let me say that. When I was young, I wasn't really that bad. But as I was coming up, you know what I'm saying, and we moved to that east side, shit. That's where it all started at, the east side. It really started in Levittown, but the east side just took it and advanced it, and you know, I went on from there. You know what I'm saying? You know, we moved to the east side. I think I was around about 3-4 years old, some shit like that. Well, we moved to like Lafayette, a place called Lafayette Woods. Now, right next to Lafayette Woods is a place called Village East. So I could say like, you know, we stayed in Lafayette Woods for a while. For a minute, you know what I'm saying? I went to all the schools from kindergarten on up. I was on the, you know, on the east side. You know, I was hitting the cut. You know what I'm saying? Going to the village. I mean, I was in the village so much. You know what I'm saying? That's what I rep. Village Deuce. You know what I'm saying? And it got to a point when my mom and them man moved. I hit the village. Then I hit Mechanicsville. So I was all over that 3. You know what I'm saying? I was all over that 3, bro. What got me into all kind of shit was, I guess you could say, me being a follower. 9 times out of 10, you dig, I always hung with older crowds. I hung with some young crowds too, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I had some niggas that I hung with around my age, you know. But I mean, when I broke off from that, I was hanging with my brother's partners. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I known them from when I was damn near was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Watching them do all kind of shit, you know, and hanging with them, I started doing all kind of shit. You know, I ain't saying they had me out there because they ain't have me out there. I had myself out there. You know, it got to the point where, mm, oh yeah, I'm moving too fast. Let me slow down. My mom and my dad, yeah, I had two parents in the household. My dad, he worked also. My mama, she didn't really have a job. She did little knick-knack shit, you know what I'm saying? She still made her ends meet her doing what she was doing. She used to sew, you know what I'm saying? Like sew wedding dresses and shit like that. So a lot of people knew my mama. Oh, and going to bingo, and she used to go to bingo too in the casinos and shit. So a lot of my partners' mamas knew my mama from her sewing and her, you know, you could call it running the streets. I think it's safe to say that running the streets, going to bingo, the casino, and shit like that. So when it got to the point where my daddy would be gone and he would be all showing shit or whatever, and my mama would be running the streets, that mean nobody was at the house with us. So when it got to that point, you know what I'm saying, I would shoot out. So, you know, I'm doing all kind of shit. I mean, doing all kind of shit. I started out early, man. I was getting in trouble early, bro. I started smoking cigarettes. I started stealing cigarettes. At the, so I started smoking cigarettes like the age of 8, 9 years old, some shit like that. I started smoking weed young. Like everything I did it young. But the trouble I was getting into, it started off with the knick-knack shit. You dig? It went from small. It's like I was taking steps and getting into trouble. I wasn't trying to get into trouble. At some point in time, nigga really just didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk, running with my brother and his crew. I'm thinking I'm a man, so I'm wilding, doing what they doing. You know, we going backwards and forth to Levittown, so I see all my big cousins. You know what I'm saying? I see them doing what they doing. They riding. I ain't gonna say their names, but you know they riding Cutlass with the gold rims, with the switches and shit like that, with the gold chains and the gold teeth, gold rings and watches and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like all that excited me, so I wanted that. You know what I'm saying? Then I found out what they was doing, so I'm like, shit. You know, I want a piece of that. I won't get that. You know what I'm saying? Mom and pops ain't at home. Oh, they get me what I need. They ain't getting me what I want. You know what I'm saying? So I went out and I got what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get it by stealing. The niggas that I fuck with, that I used to hang with, they ain't teach me nothing by stealing. You know what I'm saying? If anything, it was honesty, loyalty, trust, you know, faithfulness, shit like that. See, that's how it was back in the day. Back in the day, nigga had that loyalty, you know. Nigga could trust their partner with a half a thing or whatever, a couple of ounces or whatever, you know. Now, shit, you tell a nigga when you got something at and you go to get it, your shit gonna be gone, or a little bit of it gonna be gone. But anyway, yeah, my story, man. And and, and I forgot to mention, my mama. I was brought up in the church. I was brought up in the church house, so you know we went to church. and shit like that. On some shit, we went to church like every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of strayed away from that, and then my mom and them, they started missing and stopped going on the cool. And and I'm gonna tell you one thing about that too. I'm gonna tell you something about that too. So I'm just out there in the streets, man, just doing all kind of shit, man. Like I'm in villages, you know what I'm saying? That's my home. I rep it, you know what I'm saying? That's my area, you know. I mean, I was in villages so much, shit. I mean, every day, all day, villages raised me. Village Deuce Mafia, yeah, them niggas that raised me, man. Nigga going home on school nights when the lights, the street lights on and shit like that. Nigga gotta hit the cup when it's dark and shit like that. You know, it got to the point where a nigga used to get in trouble coming home late at night, on a school night, to the point where I would go home and the street lights was on and mom and them, they wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? And once I seen that, that was the hand I found with. I didn't have no bad parents. If and I'm gonna tell you because I don't want it to sound like I had bad. No, I ain't have bad parents. I had good parents. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody make mistakes. It's just the things they was doing, the things we was doing. I used to bump heads with my mama a lot because she used to always tell me right from wrong. My daddy used to always tell me right from wrong. But sometimes they wasn't there to show me the right from wrong. But I still love them to this day. My mama gone. That hurt like a motherfucker. you know. But the good thing about it is she got to see me change. Um, I went down a path of destruction. Um, what I was doing out there in the streets, I was literally like hurting myself. What I mean by hurting myself and others. Uh, I was selling drugs. I was abusing drugs. I was drinking alcohol. Um, I was toting guns. Just doing what the average little nigga be doing when he out there in the streets. You know, I started going to jail, and it went from me going to jail to me getting out in a couple of days to me going to jail and me having to sit in that motherfucker to me going to jail to sitting in that motherfucker for years. So, that right there, that's a whole nother story I'm gonna run to y'all about that. But I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. Uh, on a cool prison kind of, it changed me. It changed me. My aunties and my uncles, they used to see me out there doing things, and they would report that to my mama, call my mom and tell my mom on me. When I used to pass by my auntie house, you know what I'm saying? I used to peek around the corner. I used to stop and I used to peek around the corner, and I used to see if she was there, if she wasn't there, or she was there. I shoot out, hurry up and try to make it to the other end. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy, but it was fun, you know. Oh, Billy Deuce, man, that shit like it them niggas raised me like that. Especially the older niggas, Like I chill with a lot of older niggas. We did what we did. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I call them. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I call them big bro. They call me little bro. You know. Oh, we had fun, bro. I mean, we was thugging. You know what I'm saying? But it came to a point that, and this was way down the line. This wasn't right then and there. it came to a point where, you know, we had to basically go our separate ways, and nigga had to change their ways. You know what I'm saying? I got some partners out there that still to this day ain't changed their ways. And I don't look down at them. I tip my hat to them, and you know, pray for them. What's the best for them? Hope they safe out there. Uh, Me on the other hand, you know, I changed my ways 360. You know, and on top of that, man, is I didn't do it right then and there, which I should have. Because if I would have done it right then and there, I wouldn't be playing catch up. Because right now I'm playing catch up. Because every time I will build an empire for myself, and not a, you know, I ain't saying no big lowest empire. Every time I was doing what I was doing, and I was coming from here, climbing and get there, you know, something will happen. And something happened to people hit me or something, or something, or a nigga hit me or whatever, you know. And then you have to start all over and shit like that. And that shit it ain't cool, bro. You know, it's like I ain't lose too many people while I was gone, but I lost enough. Um, Shit, man. I used to tell myself that I would never gonna change because I used to love the life. You know, I used to thug hard, son. Thug hard. That was just me. I'm like, oh man, I love this shit, man. I ain't gonna never change. You know, smoking weed, drinking, oh, playing rock runners and all that shit. Like, you know. And as I'm telling this story, man, y'all not really getting the full story. Like as I intended to give y'all. It's like bits and pieces of it, how it come and how it go. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, man. I actually had a chance to make it out. And like I say, like some people don't have a chance to actually like make it out and go somewhere else where they could change their life like I did. You know, I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for that. In my situation, I was able to, you know, come home, move away, start my life over, should I say, uh, reconnect with my daughter, you know, get her back in my life. Uh, it's just a lot of opportunities I was able to do, you know, a lot of opportunities I was able to do, and I'm, 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 I'm glad God gave me that opportunity because, like, it's many a times, like, when I was staying in Mechanicsville, you know, like I said, I stayed all over that through side, you know, stayed in Villages. I stayed in the circle, stayed in the alley, stayed in the 800 block, stayed in the 500 block, stayed in DT, you know, Ashlawn, Roselawn, that's known as the alley, or back in the day was the alley, you know, the circle. Back in the day was the bricks. I don't know what they call it now, but you know, I was all over through there, man, all over through there. And yeah, I used to now I could say it now, which if I was still doing what I was doing and they were back in the day, I wouldn't get on here. And, you know, I was the weed man. If a nigga know me for one thing, he know me to have two things. Uh, that yeah and that weed. You know. Back then, you couldn't catch me with that was my outfits. I had them sacks. You did them sacks of green. And I had that thing that you know, but I mean today it's a different age, and I didn't like I said, I didn't change my ways. I just what I do now is I work, man. I work hard too. You know, I work hard too. I got a family. I got a son. I got a daughter. I got a wife. Got to work hard to protect them, and I ain't trying to leave here. You know what I'm saying? Leave them behind because they depend on me. You know, I look at them every morning. Uh, they they're a piece of my life that make me actually get up every morning and go harder. You know, just to make sure they secure. That's any you know supposed to be any parent. You know, they got some parents that just don't give a fuck about their kids, and I can't look down on. The only thing I can do is pray for them. You did, but yeah, man, it's been some days where I done got caught smoking. You know, behind the house. Mama stayed gone, so you thinking she ain't gonna come home. You know, you back there, I'm back there, me, man, my partner, we smoking. Mama come home, nigga trying to duck and run and hide and shit like that there, but she could smell the smoke. You know, who else smoking back there? Other than my big head ass brother. You know what I'm saying? Shit's crazy, man. It's like it's funny, man, because I was just thinking about my people, man. This nigga here, hey, bro, we done did some shit in that village on P. I'm telling you, we done did some shit, man. You know? But like I said, man, it had to come to a point in time where we had to get our life right. You know? Shit. Hitting cuts, running from the laws, shit like that. Like, man, that shit used to be exciting back then. But now when I look at it, I'm like, man, we was tripping. We was tripping like a motherfucker. You know? Oh, going to the parades, you know. Everybody on my side, mostly everybody on my side back then, you know. We had them blue rags, them east side rags. And them niggas on the west side, they had their red rags and shit like that. You know. For the parade, man, every parade, bro, used to go down, man. Every parade used to go down. You know. Ambulance getting called. You go see the ambulance every parade. That was back then. Niggas getting smoked, all kind of shit, you know. Doomers dances. And we used to walk to the Doomers dance. R.I.P. to my nigga to the B. Oh. And the rest of my people that's gone. You know, we used to walk to the east side dance, bro. And we used to go to that motherfucker. We know one thing. On the east, we going to the dance, the Doomers dance on the west side, walking to this bitch. We know one thing, man. We gonna have to fight. So it's gonna go down. Well, we just don't know when it's gonna go down. Niggas in that bitch having a good time, dancing or whatever. Shit, next thing you know, there it go. Niggas getting it on in that motherfucker. You know. It was like I say, man, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? But we had fun. And we had fun. Yeah, back then everybody was fighting. Not everybody. They had a lot, they had some niggas that was popping niggas up with that, yeah. But most of the time people, was fighting like at the Doomers dance and shit like that. So one night we come out that bitch and a nigga just got the pow, 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 hitting. You know what I'm saying? Ain't hit nobody like talking about, but niggas shooting in the air like, oh, nigga, y'all playing with pistols? All right, next time I come to this bitch, nigga, guess what? I'm bringing that, yeah. Next time I come to that bitch, yeah, I'm bringing that pistol. Shit. I got a partner name. I don't really want to call his name, you know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't trying to bring no harm. Cause this right here, this ain't for to down nobody or to look down at nobody or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm just gonna say it. And everybody know my nigga Tick, you know. That was one of my dudes, you know, one of my dudes, one of my partners. And we was like this here. Me, Purdy P, and Tick. You know. I ain't seen him in so long. You did. Now we did some fucking shit. To the sneaking out the houses. You know. I'm going to sleep by Percy P house. We didn't. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But sneaking out the houses, going to holler at these females, you know. That's when you when you done met the motherfucker that you thought you was in love with. The motherfucker that you probably thought you was gonna marry. Everybody know about that. Everybody know about that. You know. Real talk, man. Shit crazy, but like like I said, man, Village East, bro. I don't know if it's like it used to be, but back then, when we was coming up, man, it was love, say it, bro. Like it was loyalty, faithfulness, you know, trustworthy. You could trust your nigga. You know, you could trust your nigga back then. You know, some niggas you still can trust like that to this day because they was bought up by some real niggas. You know, they was bought up by some real niggas. You got a nigga that's bought up by some real niggas. You know what I'm saying? Then when you coming up like that, that's what it's gonna be, man. Shit. And I hit that Mechanicville, you did when and it's crazy. When I hit Mechanicville and I'm thugging in Mechanicville, say man, I run into I ain't gonna I run into this to one of my partners, you know, that I know back from way from East Homer. You know, this way back. Nigga go to I forgot what it was. We go to a family reunion. And I see this nigga there, and I'm like, what the fuck this nigga doing over here? I'm like, man, what you doing over here, man? It's my people over here. Like, man, it's my people. And come to find out, you know, we can. Well, look, and that's another thing too, bro. I went to school when I started going to school on the east side. Now, mind you, when I moved to the east side, I was like 2 or 3 years old. I started school on the east side from kindergarten on up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there a lot of niggas I went to school with turned out to be my real cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like my blood cousins. You know? I'm gonna call him Cheesehead. You know what I'm saying? Nigga rap. The great. Oh, this nigga here, crazy ass nigga. Nigga turned out to be my cousin, man. We thugging like a motherfucker. We got even tighter when we found out we was kin. You know? Oh. R.I.P. to my cousin Wo too, man. His little brother. R.I.P. to my cousin Wo. Long live Wo. You know? Oh. I ran into that nigga, you know, he bringing me everywhere. Every fucking well in Mechanicville. Now we thugging in that bitch. You know, I run into my nigga, you know, Weezy. You did. Then I moved back that bitch. When I moved back that bitch, man, it was. I'm talking about when the disc was popping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when the disc was popping on St. Joe. Not St. Joe. On it's been so long. I can't even remember the street. And that's fucked up. Oh. Streets when you come down Jack, I know that. Come down Jacks. Oh. Well, anyway, me and Weezy, you know, we We run through that bitch. We run through that bitch. See, Weezy used to stay back there in the village too. So, long time ago. And me and that nigga that was running, and I done ran with the best of them. The best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Some real niggas. Now, don't get me wrong. I done ran with some fuck niggas too. Now, when I found out there was some fuck niggas, you ain't see me with them no more. Oh, my nigga T. That's a real niggas. My brother for life. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Pain Street. Show the fuck yeah. You know, Pain Street. That's a street one. I done caught what? One charge. The other times I ran. You know what I'm saying? I ran the last couple times, but them bitches caught me down bad. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. Oh, they fucked over my cousin Jermaine Castle, J Blind, bitch. You need to come on home. Don't start tripping. You know. Shout out to my cousin Booty Marquis. All y'all, man. That's all my people, man. You know. Shout out to the Johnsons. You know. The Ingrams. From Levittown to Raceland. That's my grandma people. Anyway, oh. My story is not that different from the average motherfucker story. My story is kind of crazy though. My story, man, is just basically me running the streets, being a badass little motherfucker. Don't want nobody to tell me nothing. Ain't trying to listen to nothing or nobody. I'm a changed man today. But for the youth, for the little niggas, fuck, for the big niggas too, if you gonna listen. You did? No, you ain't gonna hear this shit because it might be too much blood shit, but man, we gotta come together, man. For real. Time to come together. Ain't nobody gonna help us do what we got to do. Only person gonna help us is us. Instead of helping each other, we tearing each other down. For real. And I used to contribute to that. For real. I done did some shit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit I regret. I done did some shit I don't regret, and I done did some shit I regret. You know, we ain't gonna get on that. We gonna pass that up. But yeah, man. That east side food, man, that brought the beast out of me, man. For real. For real. Yeah. And I'm still smoking these motherfuckers, man. I think if I was staying, I don't know. I think if I was staying somewhere else, I probably wouldn't have been smoking these motherfuckers. But mind you, I started smoking these motherfuckers at 8 years old, man. 8. I stopped them, but I started the motherfuckers back up. Oh. What I'm gonna do, man? I'm gonna take a break right quick. I'm gonna throw in this Village Deuce Mile for you, bro. I'm gonna put this bitch on again for y'all. I'll be back.
I'm a deuce nine nigga, way split up from the villa. Who don't give a fuck, and if you cross me, motherfucker, then you better duck. Been stuck in these streets, making me cut up. Jacking the food, smoking the blunts, watch my back, about to make me nut up. But when I do 9 fucking millimeters. My cracker killers and my fucking bitch beaters. 17 hot ones, hollow tip in these clips. And the shit get thick, deep, got a fucking pistol grip. Ready to bang, let his fucking nuts hang. I know two Nino Ross, now watch these hoes sing. Bust the niggas and crooked coppers to sleep 6 feet deep from a motherfucking deuce 9 creep. And if you call this a sin. Give me a shipment to the pen, Deuce, not my only friend. And if you take it, I'ma die with these triggers. Cause I'm that Deuce.
I'm also one of the fucking Deuce. I ain't niggas a pack of double, got a business Deuce. Murderers, they putting niggas on their back, I'm motherfucking Deuce. I ain't niggas a pack of double, got a business Deuce. Murderers, they putting niggas on their back, I'm motherfucking Deuce. I ain't niggas a pack of double, got a business Deuce. Murderers, they putting niggas on their back, I'm motherfucking Deuce. I ain't niggas a pack of double, got a business Deuce. Murderers, they putting niggas on their back, I'm motherfucking Deuce. I ain't niggas a pack of double, got a business Deuce. Murderers, they putting niggas on their back, I'm motherfucking menace with the look of a serial killer, more dangerous than Jason. But I'm that Deuce now, nigga. And nigga be serving a murder me, nigga. Yo, you haven't heard of me. I've been disciple, double fucking quick to corrupt your clique. Whole world, G. Let her go high lows, let her go hoes, let her go mad hoes. 40 cycles, now your clique, I thought about taking souls. For building nuts, but the nuts wasn't big enough. Bitch, teeny as fuck. So your bitch just had to get stuck and stuff. Up in the ditch, better up the fucking in the coast. Left that ass floating like a boat in the Pacific Ocean. Cause that's the consequences when you're fucking with Deuce. Tired of seeing your homies falling, nigga, you best to call a truce. And wait, that white flag is surrender. Is my non-forbidden. Yeah, having your friends singing, I remember. You crossed the line, so nigga, I had to get you still bullshit with your cloak off. The village Deuce militia, now consulted on strap, ready to snap ya. 34 times 10 equals how many bullets coming at you, nigga. Guaranteed to put you to a permanent rest. For putting these raw ass niggas, these village Deuce niggas, to the test. Oh, bitch ass nigga, what makes you fucking think it's bigger that you can fucking say, motherfucker? These Deuce
Another Deuce 9 nigga coming rough, rugged, and raw, laying back with these maniacs, see, impatiently waiting to break another motherfucking law. Boom, 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 and out of that village you might hear my sword of another dope ass kid coming straight from this mafia, steady clocking yo, always popping yo, so stop jocking at him. Run back, cause Deuce 9 niggas won't miss, and if you run out of ammo, man, plant your face in that brick bitch. Having them niggas thinking the mafia's too loaded, they ain't like they thinking about no peace, too busy searching for that access what I need. I'm full of greed, so bitch, please can't you see plugging your zone? Now you know me and my motherfucking homies upside. I licked him, I confess, I grabbed my shake and stuck that nigga, then I shot him. So fuck that nigga, my bad, I'm gonna be two M3s. I'm playing for keeps, and I'm just one out of a whole fucking mafia. What the fuck you wanna do? Deuce 9 nigga, Deuce 9 nigga,
coming with that whack shit. And if your brain is nigga, your brain is still kick crack, bitch. Because we don't give a fuck. Deuce 9 nigga.
and I'm fucking gats. I got double gats.
If you don't know the definition of a Deuce 9 nigga, it be them niggas that packing a fucking double 9mm gas. Put them fools 50 feet up.
Packing them double gats, putting them fools on their back. Packing them double gats, putting them fools on their back. Packing them double gats, putting them fools on their back. Packing them double gats, putting them fools on their back. Packing them double gats, packing them double gats. Deuce 9 nigga, Deuce 9 nigga, Deuce 9 nigga,
Deuce 9 nigga, Deuce 9 nigga, Deuce 9 nigga, Deuce 9 nigga, some Deuce 9 nigga, Deuce 9 nigga, Deuce 9 nigga.
packing them double gats, putting them fools on their back. Packing them double gats, putting them fools on their back. Packing them double gats, I'm putting them fools on their back. There you go, nigga. Packing them double gats, packing them double gats, packing them double gats, putting them fools on their back. Motherfucking mafia, for the motherfucking 9-5. There you go.
Boy.
That's that Deuce 9, nigga. Say, man, I was back there in that era right there, like real shit, like running through that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Way back when, running through that motherfucker. And see, back then, hey, that was that shit for real. Back then, y'all think it's going hard now? Nah, it's going hard now because niggas doing shit. Niggas doing shit today. Like, broad daylight, not even giving a fuck. Niggas just, you know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't planning nothing. Nigga ain't premeditating nothing. Nigga just pull up and just, you know what I'm saying? Nah. Where I come from, we ain't do that shit like that. Like real talk. How I come up like we ain't come up like that. If some shit happened like that, it probably was at the club or something. And it probably wasn't wide open like that. The only way a nigga probably seen that shit is a nigga was laid back in a motherfucking car. Or some shit like that. A nigga was laid back in a car and seeing a nigga doing some shit. But on some real shit, a nigga ain't even back then, man. Nigga was telling, yeah, nigga, I ain't gonna say a nigga wasn't telling because the nigga was telling. A nigga was telling because them people used to always at a nigga though. You know what I'm saying? But back then wasn't too many niggas telling, man. It's like if you was labeled a snitch back then, like you couldn't come out, you couldn't come around, you couldn't none of that. Now these days, shit. A nigga tell on his mama and told you he told on his mama and walk down the street and ask you to sell him a sack. And a nigga sell him a sack. But not me, man. But yeah, bro, like I was saying, man, I'm gonna get on topic, man. Like I was saying, my story, running through them halls, you know what I'm saying? Hitting the cut, running through Mechanicsville. Peep this out. How many of y'all remember when villages couldn't go to Mechanicsville and Mechanicsville couldn't come to villages? I don't know if y'all remember that, but I remember that. Cause they used to be beefing. You know what I'm saying? They used to be beefing. I was running through that motherfucker back then. You know? I was running through that motherfucker back then. And back then, I was the type of nigga to throw a brick and hide my hand. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Man, look. This Juiceland TV. You know what I'm saying? The next time I come on here, bro, I'm going to finish my story. I can't give y'all the whole thing now. I'm going to give y'all bits and pieces. But I'm a start from where I left off at. You know what I'm saying? And when I come back, I'm starting from when villages couldn't go to Mechanicsville and Mechanicsville couldn't come to villages. And I ain't gonna say that just because it was like that, that's what they were doing. They wouldn't come. No, villages was going over there to Mechanicsville, and Mechanicsville was coming to villages. It's just when it was, they catch a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Throw all their hands, hit a nigga with a bike or something, or try to run a nigga over with the go-kart or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's way back then. McDonald's wasn't even over there. Or villages, said now. That was just Phil. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, man. This Juiceland TV, man. And I'll be fucking with y'all later on, man. So if I'm fucking with y'all fuck with me, man. Deuce 9, man. V2M for life. Billy Deuce Mafia. 3-side shit. Mechanicsville, I shot y'all because I was over there fucking with y'all already. Y'all show me love. I'm showing y'all love. Y'all be cool. Stay blessed. Stay out the way because the white folks ain't playing.